Hi, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. Today's antique book that I've turned into a junk journal was called From Different Standpoints from the 1880s. This is the Pansy series. I have sold a lot of junk journals made with these Pansy books. This is my second to last one. I have one left, but it needs a lot of work. So I did a lot of cleaning on this because the whole cover looked like this, but the spine I just could not get the staining out, but it is clean front and back. It's just stunning, and I used vintage beads and vintage necklace pieces to make a lovely bangle. So let's take a look inside. Everything in here, of course, is antique and vintage ephemera. There are no commercial pieces whatsoever in here. I use nothing but antique ephemera, antique linens. I use antique postcards and photos, game pieces, just everything. So no commercial pieces. And I am putting this in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com, momentarily. So if you would be interested in this piece, just go ahead and run on over there. Here is the piece that it was my favorite piece out of this publication called The Use Companion. And it is from 1895. But look at this. It is awesome. I mean, this is a framer. If you wanted to iron that out and put it under glass, it is absolutely spectacular. These are all things that would have been done in sterling silver. And we've got lighters and spoons and hair combs, bracelets, and look at these exquisite scissors. It's breathtaking. And if you're wondering why I'm giving up something that has value like this, it's because I just can't hold on to everything anymore. These are all more silver pieces here. So it's stunning, and I know whoever gets this journal is going to absolutely cherish this. How could you not? We've got antique music sheets here, vintage school book pages. I put some of my own pressed flowers on there. Little hidden journaling spots. That's kind of my thing. And then this is from an antique book, and those are all fleur-de-lis. This was a French lesson book. And again, this is a wonderful, let me just pull it all up. This was the back of a music piece. So you would have bought a whole booklet, and I just love the ads on there. I think it's really quite stunning. Look at this from the 50s, these cutie pies here in their little knitted cardigans. This is a photo from the 1940s, and that is from a Boy Scout camping trip, that one. And then back here, I've taken this from pre-1905, and that is a beautiful plate. Look at that, how wonderful is that? Just wonderful. And it might even be Little Women, this one. It's got the beautiful foxing all the way around it. Couldn't have tea-dyed it better. Here I've got an antique postcard, and this one is from, gosh, I want to say the 1920s, and I can sort of look at the cars to see. We've still got horse and buggies and some rudimentary cars there. Look at the back. Never written on. It's stunning. And this I got from a honeymoon scrapbook that a woman made in the 1930s for her honeymoon down the East Coast. And this is just a souvenir booklet from Provincetown. How great is that? So it's 100 years old almost, but it's still just fabulous. So Massachusetts there. And on the other side, I've got this beautiful 60-year-old hanky. So a nice vintage hanky. Isn't that stunning? Never purchased. So I received it brand new, but old. This is the cover of a book that I couldn't save, but I wanted to use it nonetheless, so I made it into a journaling tag. Vintage botanical book pages, vintage playing card that you can upcycle. And this was in the book. This book here belonged to St. Andrew's Sunday School Library. It was book number, so I wanted it to live together with its original book. So that is in there. And then up here is a really cool piece, 1951 yearbook page. Bear with me. Look at how fun. I love it. Look at these folks. Graduating class, I would imagine. Very, very cool. Pop that back in there. It's upside down. This is a page from the early 1900s on nature studies, 1930s children's book page. Look how cute. And this is a great page from Theatre Arts Magazine from the 1940s. Look at that ballet page. That's stunning. Oh, just beautiful. This is cool. I just got this. This is from the 40s, and this is from an American company. I believe it's called Laura Wheeler, and these are pansies. And these would have been iron-on transfers, and then they would have embroidered. So we've got the pansies to go with the pansies, and I just thought that was really special. You're going to see a lot of these in my upcoming journals, really sweet pieces. Another beautiful page there, botanicals. This came from a Nancy Drew book from the 40s. Isn't that cool? This is a plate from a bookkeeping magazine, 100 years old. And then I made a pocket out of a children's book page, vintage, and this is from a vintage book as well. Antique paper on the back for extra journaling. So lots of pockets and tucks, just so many inserts, just crazy. Antique Monopoly money here. And this is a 1934 page from the French Paris Almanac. So we've got that there. Sorry, there we go. You can unfold that one. And this is from September. And then over here, I put more pressed flowers. Isn't that lovely? I think that's so pretty. Gotta have pressed flowers. I'm really into putting pressed flowers into my books now. Another wonderful children's book page with a raccoon. And this is a gorgeous plate from 1905 from that English series that I have. And here is a sweet little page out of a antique children's school book. Beautiful little poems, and I didn't put anything else on it because it was just adorable as it was, but you can do anything you like with that. That's an antique page there. I did not stain that. I got it like that. Perfect. Vintage cooking page coming straight away. 1904 botanical page. Classic, right? Look at the old clock. I love it. This is really cool. This is a check here, and this is from 1959. It's just so you don't often see the pink color of checks, so I thought that was really fun. And then back here is another antique page from the 1800s. That one's from one of the primer books. A little duck on a ship there and all the little mice. Very whimsical and sweet. I've got another The End page here from a book I had, antique book, early 1900s. And then these are pages from a botanical book, and I couldn't really use them as regular pages, so I made waterfall journaling spots out of them. Isn't that neat? And then back here is a vintage postcard from the 70s, 1973. So it is vintage, and I just thought it was really cool, very artsy. Another little raccoon hiding there, a 1950s Pearl Shop receipt. And then another one of these wonderful 1934 pages, another wonderful bookkeeping page there, and the joy of reading. How appropriate is that for a junk journal? And I did some hand stamping there, vintage dictionary page, Victorian cross, and some feathered crowns here. Look at this beautiful little maiden here. Isn't that lovely? And that is from 1925. More fun clusters. Here's another one of these wonderful plates from 1905. Another one of these 1925 pieces, vintage dictionary page, peekaboo page here. You can even tuck your own little surprise in there. And that brings us to the original The End of the book. So I hope you love this as much as I loved making it. And come back soon, hyperstamper.etsy.com.